I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And the Tesla's going for a drive. '20 Tesla Model X.
With Smart Summon. Send it, Yuri. Well, it's driving itself right now.
I don't know how I feel about this.
It's not the performance, so it doesn't have launch control, but send it anyways. I mean, that's still pretty fast.
Faster than most cars, but it's like not even as exciting for an electric car as a lot of other electric cars.
Exactly.
Horsepower and torque.
We don't actually have an official figure from Tesla because it was way too hard to find.
But 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is 4.6 seconds, so take that for whatever that is. So we picked this car up from Tesla in Canada, and they went over a whole bunch of stuff because Teslas are very confusing. So what's your favorite feature on the Tesla Model X long range?
It's obviously the Falcon doors. Look at those things back there.
Okay, so they're not gull wing doors apparently, they're Falcon because they have an extra hinge there.
That's right.
So they're only in the back, and they're surprisingly easy to use to get in the car, and even when you're in tight spaces, they still do a really good job of opening up no matter where you are.
I disagree because they don't open high enough in some spaces, just like in your parking garage.
Yeah, but it's high enough to like sneak in, but not high enough to like pull out a baby from the back row or something.
That's the problem.
But you can still get in fine as long as you're not dealing with little kids or seniors and you're parking underground.
That's right, and you still have Falcon doors.
Yes, which are the coolest thing. And you can actually drive with the Falcon doors up.
Yeah, I didn't find a speed limit that it stopped me at, so it can go pretty fast with them, but it does not recommend it because it's beeping at you the whole time.
And then say you don't want to drive it with the Falcon doors up, you don't want to drive it at all. You just want to get into that Falcon door in the back and sit there and have it be driven for you.
Well, you use Smart Summon just like we did in the beginning of the video, so that will actually bring the car to you. You're not supposed to use it when you're sitting in the car. You're supposed to stand outside and let the car come to you.
And it is a beta feature, so like you're not really supposed to use it all the time, and it's like not perfect. It's pretty cool. It kind of finds its own route through parking lots and brings the car to you, and you have to hold the button the whole time while smart summoning it. But there's also not smart summon where it just goes forward or back, which is great for getting out of a tight spot. It's pretty much like Smart Park or Smart Park.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
Smart Pack?
God damn it, who in the blocked me in?
I don't really get it. Does it just move back and forth?
Oh, look, Hollywood's in town. Captain America, Jack Ryan, and Andy Milonakis.
We even tried it on this brand new road, and it got around all the driveways just fine, even though it kind of tried to drive itself into the grass, but figured itself out very quickly.
Yeah, considering Google Maps shows that there are no roads there, which means it's not using Google Maps to find where the roads are, it's using all of its sensors. It did a really good job. Using Smart Summon in a parking lot with like parking islands and stuff confuses the car, so it's definitely a beta feature.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good party trick.
Oh, it really is.
This is the next level.
It did it.
The next cool party trick slash best thing that's actually very practical is all the auto steer, autopilot stuff.
So everyone knows Tesla for basically being self-driving. It's not 100% self-driving, but it is very good. We've also talked about Hyundai's, Kia's, Genesis as being very good, Maseratis and Alfa Romeos now. However, this is the first vehicle that we've successfully driven through Cliche Corner, or shall I say, drove us through Cliche Corner. So Yuri, please do the honors.
Okay, let me hit the stock twice.
Please keep your hands on the wheel.
And now let's get it down to 50.
This is amazing. It's literally driving us through Cliche Corner.
The
car is driving us through Cliche Corner.
No other car can do it like this at low speeds and on non-registered highways.
Yeah. I mean, we've complimented the Hyundai Kia Genesis system very well, but this does a better job through Cliche Corner, like way better.
It actually gets through.
It got through the whole thing.
Because a lot of them won't let you go below 60 kilometers an hour, and this lets you go according to the speed limits, which can also be kind of crappy sometimes because it doesn't always read the signs. It reads its GPS, which is sometimes wrong.
Yeah, because speed limits sometimes change on roads, so it detects the wrong speed. So if you want to go up 10 kilometers, you might be going up from the wrong speed or down from the wrong speed.
And it doesn't let you go any speed you want on like slower roads, like 60-kilometer-an-hour roads. It'll only let you go 10 kilometers an hour over.
Yeah, and then if you enable some of the beta features like navigate on autopilot, then it only allows you to go the exact speed limit unless you're on the highway. Then it will allow you like a couple kilometers extra.
And there's also a traffic light mode in beta, which is also kind of a pain.
And it's a pain because since it's in beta, it'll actually stop at green lights. In the future, it's not supposed to stop at green lights. It'll stop only at red lights when it's supposed to.
But to not stop at a green light, all you need to do is pull the cruise control stalk back towards you or put your foot back on the gas, then it knows it can go through.
But it is crazy that it can actually sense it, and it shows you in the gauge cluster. You got your green lights, red lights, your stop signs, your pylons, basically everything. Bikers.
Garbage cans.
Yeah.
It's very, very impressive. But back to that beta thing, I think everything here is actually considered beta. Like
This car is a beta.
Beta forever.
Yes, I totally agree.
But like really good beta.
Oh yeah.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider subscribing, because getting to 1 million subscribers was the only way we were able to get this Model X from Tesla.
Subscribe.
Baby.
So we mentioned the Falcon doors being one of the cool party tricks. You can actually impress people. If you don't know, there is a Christmas mode called Model Xmas where it'll play a Christmas song and then do a bunch of crazy stuff with the doors and the lights. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But the coolest feature is probably actually the front doors because of how practical they make living with this car.
Yeah, if you have the Tesla in passive entry mode, when you walk up to the car, it'll automatically open the driver door for you to get in. And if there's another car close to you, it knows not to open it too much.
And once you're in it, you don't actually have to close your own door. You put your foot on the brake, it closes the door, you put it in drive, and just drive away.
It's very impressive. But you can also click the handle to have it shut itself.
The only other car that I've seen something like that in is a Rolls-Royce.
And that one was broken when we used it.
Yes.
And then you can also control the doors and everything. You can unlock it and give remote access from your iPhone or Android phone if you log into the Tesla app, which is really cool.
Yeah, and even though you can use Android or iPhones to do a bunch of stuff with your phone, this doesn't actually have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay.
No, I had to connect through Bluetooth, which was kind of weird as an Apple person. But there's a wireless charging tray right here where your phone goes, which is super convenient. And everything kind of works. And you don't have Apple Music. You have built-in Spotify and another built-in service. And it's pretty cool because you can pretty much say whatever, like any movie soundtrack, and it'll play it. Like check this out. Play Family Values Tour 1998. Remember that?
Is that Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Exhibit.
Well, that's from the
Yeah,
station,
yeah,
right?
okay, all right.
This thing's pretty crazy.
Yeah, cool.
And to mention a few more things in the infotainment screen before you drive, we do have the gigantic Google Maps display that doesn't run on Google Maps traffic, but it's got its own Tesla traffic that'll help route you to all the superchargers and everything for charging, which is really good.
Yeah, but the actual map that you see is Google Maps, and we really appreciate that because it's super high res. You can see everything on satellite view. I love this system.
And the whole thing is very responsive, so much more responsive than that first Tesla we reviewed, because that was like a 2013 model. Check out that review.
Yeah, because that got the updates, which I'm sure when they released it wasn't that slow, but all the updates kind of slowed it down, just like iPhones usually do.
Also, we reviewed a Tesla Cybertruck. Check that out too.
Yeah, and on Model 3 with Jason from Engineering Explained. Check that out too.
Then we also have a dash cam mode, which you need a USB plugged in, formatted a certain way. But then when you honk the horn or do anything, it'll say recording from the screen.
That is pretty cool. That's a really nice feature.
And then you can also click up there to record it. But even though you get a 360 view, you don't have a 360 view camera. You should have the reverse camera, which is very clear, which you can have on while driving at any speed. But then you'll have a full 360 radar. I think they need a full 360 camera to really make this thing perfect.
Yeah, considering it can record basically at every angle, there's no reason not to have it.
Apparently it doesn't stitch perfectly for 360. They're more for monitoring, but like, just add that.
Yeah.
More cameras, come on.
Well, just don't put one here though. Not on the inside.
All right.
Keep them out of the outside.
All right, your turn to drive.
All right.
Or be driven.
I want to drive.
Sorry, I only switch drivers in style.
Okay. He is walking through the vehicle, and I will actually just close all of the doors myself right now. I have to do up my own seatbelt? What is this, 1992? My Mercury Villager from 1992 had self seatbelts. So.
Oh yeah, so did my we had the same.
Come on,
car,
Tesla,
yeah.
it's been around since
Except
92.
that one was bad because nobody would do the bottom one, and when you get an
Yeah.
accident, they'd get crashed.
Oh, they were really bad. Not the performance, no launch control send. I mean, it's definitely pretty torquey.
It's better than every other car, but like there's so many electric cars that are just insane.
Yeah, and the fact that we've driven a Model 3 Performance and a Taycan Turbo and a Turbo S kind of spoil us.
And there are no P100Ds, P90Ds. It's just long range and performance now, right?
Yeah, they've simplified their entire lineup, which is good, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how they simplify their lineup throughout the same body style for over so many years, and like nobody's sick of it and everyone still loves their cars.
Exactly, so you'll never see that P100D thing again. This, you'll only see a dual motor on the back, which is what we have because this is all-wheel drive, so we have motors in the front and back. And this is the all-new Raven version, which means we also have adaptive suspension now. The Model X has always had air suspension, but adaptive is now new. So if you go into your suspension settings, you can actually go to Comfort, Auto, and Sport. And I find Sport to actually make a difference, but I would just drive this thing in Comfort all the time.
Yeah, I left the dampers in Auto because, to be honest, like I don't even want to go fast in this. I really only floored it a few times just to see. Like you don't feel the need anymore.
Yeah, totally. Like I really don't feel the need for speed unless I'm driving like an actual performance model. But even then, it's like a thing that you kind of get over relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And you kind of just want to exploit the range considering this is a long range version.
Yeah, 100%. I would go long range over a performance for the Model X.
So we should probably mention the range, 564 kilometers, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's so good. And the best thing is there was no range anxiety the whole time we've been driving this all week.
Yeah, because we obviously have access to the Tesla supercharger system, which I would say is basically flawless.
Yeah, it's the best. You just park anywhere. It'll guide you to them on your route. You just take the charging port, you put it up to it, it'll pop open, and you plug it in, chill. You can even play games and watch Netflix and all that stuff on the screen. It's all built in. It's perfect.
Yeah, you can watch YouTube. You can watch our reviews while you charge. Highly recommend. And in this one, you can actually recharge 229 kilometers of range in 15 minutes at a supercharger, which is unreal.
Yeah, and I like how they phrase it. It's like 230 kilometers per hour. That's how fast you're charging. It's like...
No, I got up to like 700. Yeah, I know.
But it's like, it's not a realistic like
no,
term. It's like, you can't even get that many.
Exactly.
But I like it. It's clever.
Yeah, because what it does is it'll charge at a faster rate and then kind of peak and then die off. And yeah, anyways, it's a really fast system.
And then back to the system, I guess. It's nice that we have personalized settings. You just click up at the top. Right now you're on Jacob. I was on Yuri. It changes all your settings for your driver. It's great.
Yeah, your seat settings, all your custom settings that you've done through the infotainment. Basically, every time you touch a button in the infotainment, it'll save that setting to the person that's driving, which is so good.
And okay, we always complain that a lot of people have big screens and it's annoying and it's bad for driving. This one's honestly not that distracting for some reason. I don't know why.
I think it's a little bit distracting. You do definitely have to look down when you're trying to change stuff. But we still do have some hard buttons by using the steering wheel buttons, which also control the center gauge cluster as well.
Yeah, I just think maybe they did something with the design so much better than everyone else, and that's why I don't feel as distracted using it.
The fact that it doesn't have lag definitely helps a lot.
So what do you think of the Model X through Cliche Corner?
Let's find out. I'm going to go into Adaptive Suspension Sport and Steering Sport, and okay, it understeers like crazy. But this is a huge vehicle. Body roll, I would say, is not that significant considering the size of this thing, and the air suspension does a pretty good job. It definitely understeers a lot though.
But if you pushed it to the point before it understeered, you'd still be faster than pretty much everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it is electric and there's tons of torque. But I actually don't like the sport steering. I prefer standard. It's just the right amount of weight. It just puts way too much weight in sport, and it kind of feels like a super fake BMW kind of steering.
Okay, what do you think of the regenerative braking?
Okay, so you have low and standard, and I actually like low. Standard is pretty good, but you just have to get used to it because it's almost like one pedal driving. Low is slightly less than one pedal driving.
I'm fine with standard. You kind of have to get used to it, and it comes to a full stop and it'll hold when you let off. And sometimes I'll forget I'm even in drive when I need to get out of the car.
Yeah, that is the hold mode that they added, but we also have creep and roll, so you can make this feel more like a traditional car if you put it into creep. So if you let off the brakes, it'll actually roll forward a little bit.
Or if you're in roll mode, it'll actually just roll back like a manual.
Yeah, which is a little crazy.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, at least they give you options. So there's a ton of tech in here, and everyone knows Tesla's for tech, but we should probably get to the looks.
Oh yeah, well it's been out for a while, but I think it looks great.
Yeah, I mean Falcon doors, we can keep talking about those, but we won't, so let's talk about the front end. Super flat. You mentioned that it reminds you of Hans Moleman.
From The Simpsons, yeah, when you get really close up to the front with a wide angle lens, you know, it's just so like smooth, especially with no front plate.
I can see that.
I really love the headlights, I love the taillights, I love how there's no bleeding from the light coming off the lines there.
Yeah, they're super high quality LEDs, you can tell.
And it is a coupe SUV, technically.
Yeah, and it does have a weird wing on it, which is fixed now. It used to actually move in previous versions.
Do you like the shape of it? Do you like that it's coupe, or would you rather be a normal SUV?
It's a little bulbous, but it also kind of works for this.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
You know what's funny about the Model X is when they first announced it and it first came out, it had that first gen style Tesla Model S front end, you know, where it's like black at the front?
Yeah.
So weird, but I like the way this looks. The body lines are good, nice and crisp. It's cool that we've got the door handles next to each other, so it kind of looks like suicide doors.
Yeah, the door handles are chrome. It would be kind of cool if they were black, but you don't actually have to do anything with them other than just press them in, which is nice.
Yeah, they don't pop out. And what do you think of these wheels?
I love these 22-inch optional wheels. I do not love the $7,200 price tag of them, though.
But they're like turbine-y, right?
Yeah.
Sick.
22s, they're nice.
Yeah.
And since it's a Tesla, everyone complains about build quality. I noticed one build quality issue, and there's a chrome piece that just kind of like moves a little.
The review's done.
Done.
It's not worth it.
It's officially a Tesla review now.
One piece of trim wasn't perfect. And at the back, there is a little bit of a diffuser. You can tow a bunch up to 4,960 pounds.
So that's enough for a couple jet skis.
Hopefully I get my stand-up jet ski by the time this video comes out. And if we pop the trunk, we've got a bunch of room for the box test.
Box test.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
So it didn't do very well at the box test because we got these crazy seats back here that don't fold down at all.
Yeah, they kind of move forward and everything, but like, I guess it's kind of okay.
I mean, you have Honda Civic hatchback levels of room in here, so that's something.
Honestly, the rest of the gimmicks in this car make up
Yeah.
for like the seats not folding, and that's okay. And then how about the very, very back row?
Okay, so when I'm sitting back there, I'm not that comfortable, but I've been less comfortable in other large SUVs, such as the Tahoe and the Escalade, so this actually has more room back there. But headroom, I'm kind of in the back of the window, and I don't really like that.
Yeah, and if there isn't enough legroom for taller people back there, it's nice because you can kind of like bend one leg and stick the other one down the middle, and then it's definitely tolerable.
And the middle row is super comfortable. You can actually just press a button and then they both tilt forward by themselves. And then the seats up here are also really comfortable, and we haven't mentioned that they're all white.
Yeah, I love the white interior. I would definitely risk it.
Oh my God, they're already dirty. Like, I put my hand on it, I can see a handprint.
Yeah,
and
but
my
you
hand's
just-
not even that dirty.
Is this car in the realm of someone detailing it for you?
Yes.
Yes, no issues.
Yeah.
No issues.
There's issues.
Rich people love to get their cars cleaned and pay money for that.
Okay, rich people, please reply in the comments. Let us know if Yuri's correct, because I
For
don't think he
sure.
is.
They're like, oh, I'll hire a detailer to clean all 7 of my cars today.
Yeah, just tell your friends, oh, you guys clean your own cars? I'm so rich I don't. Do you think that's what they do?
100%.
But then they probably have rich friends that they're just like,
Yeah,
oh, you
they're like,
detail your car? Like,
You
no.
only detailed 7 of your cars? I detailed 10 of my cars today.
And there's a ton of gloss black in here, but it is kind of like a wood trim, so it looks kind of nice as well, so I'm kind of okay with it, and it's in a lot of spots that aren't actual touch points.
And then I guess with the interior, we should finish it off with the visor test and the cup test. So,
Okay. Let me just grab this.
oh wait, okay. The visor always open. Can it slide? 3, 2, 1.
No. Total fail.
But definitely gimmick pass.
Yeah.
Okay, and then cup holders. We've got 2 cup holders here where our armrests are. Fits just fine, but then you can't really use it with the armrest. But we also have cup holders down here. It'll fit a medium, but it won't fit a small because they're like customizable cup holders.
So that's a fail.
But this is a pass.
Yes.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for the Model X we got from Tesla. Let's get to the price.
Well, I'm going to put myself into autopilot and mention the price.
Through Cliche Corner.
Through Cliche Corner, obviously, naturally. So, this starts at $112,990.
Canadian.
And this one is spec'd out to $143,290.
Okay, that's a lot of money, but this is pretty much the most technologically advanced SUV/car I've ever been in.
Considering I mentioned the price and I'm not driving the vehicle and it's driving itself, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Totally worth it.
I think so.
And especially this version with all the updates, I feel like not having the hold mode and a lot of other things would probably suck to have in an older version, even though you still probably have a lot of cool things.
Sorry, my mind's a little bit blown right now. I still haven't touched anything through Cliche Corner.
Isn't this wild? This drives better through Cliche Corner than half the people who drive through here.
Yes, more than half.
Like, good job, Tesla.
Yeah, we can just finish the review. Like, I don't even have to do anything.
Okay, compare this to some other SUVs. Would you take anything over this?
I would consider a lot of other things over it, like a Rolls-Royce Cullinan because it has the same size doors.
Yeah, but not for the price.
Okay, BMW X7 comes to mind. Kia Telluride, I really like those vehicles.
Okay, Kia Telluride is pretty much on par with this for the lane keep and the cruise control, but this is a little bit better. Honestly, I think this is my favorite SUV.
It's really cool, but I mean, at this price, you can get like an X5M Competition. There's a lot of stuff you can get in this price range, but this is so impressive for a lot of different reasons.
I would take this over all of the gas SUVs because of the Falcon doors.
Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot.
Even in long range over the performance.
Yeah, and considering we're having this entire conversation, and I've only touched the wheel just to apply slight steering force. I mean,
I think they kind of win. I know everybody loves Tesla, but like,
they
got a point.
They've got a lot right.
All right. Let us know what you think of the Tesla Model X. Have you ever driven one? Do you like the lane keep?
And watch some of our other Tesla reviews right here. I'm just gonna put 1 or 2 of them here.
Especially the Cybertruck.
I mean, I should probably put another hand on the wheel, but I don't really have to.
Cybertruck, really a Tesla review?
I mean, you kind of have to. Like, you should. This isn't like autopilot. Like,
It's not real autopilot, but it's the best
yes,
lane keep cruise control that exists.
you got to pay attention.